All right, g'day everyone. Coach Alistair Tate here. Just an update on what I've been working on as we transition out of the athletic season's come to an end. We've had a bit of a break and now we're in the transition phase. So that'll take about 4 weeks and that introduces us to the next block of training. So now I've got some senior athletes that have had their first taste of senior competition. This will be getting them ready for a winter block. So what we're going to do is share the screen here. So what I've been working on is a spreadsheet that calculates. I've had this spreadsheet for a while, but I haven't used it for many of my athletes being juniors because it's more a general fitness thing. But now that we're looking to build their fitness, they've shown rates of improvement season after season just with doing general work. Now we're going to get a little bit more specific with the use of target times. So what we've got here is I've got an athlete whose PB currently, being a junior athlete, is at 61 seconds. And I've said their target PB we're going to aim for is 59. But for that transition phase, the introduction to the general preparation phase of training, we're going to work in this 70 to 75% zone. So for a 400, we'd be doing, say, 4 or 5 of them with short recoveries. I'd be wanting them to get under 80 seconds for each rep. If we were using different distances to introduce them to the concept, we'd be using 250 meters, 300s, 350s, or we might do some over distance work as well, where we might do a 450, 500 or 600. So the sheet calculates that as well, and it gives me an idea of where they're at, but also I can involve them and they get an idea of how they're tracking. So what I would be looking for to see that they're improving in fitness and likely to reach this target PB is that they would be hitting these target times quite easily and quite regularly and holding that for multiple reps. If it looked like they were hitting the 85% regularly with the reps, I'd know now to change the target PB if I still wanted to work at this percent of intensity, or we would change it up. Same thing with the 200 meters here. Their PB is just under 27 seconds. We've said, we probably want to get below 26 is going to be our target. So I'd then into this side, and this would recalculate the target times. But for that transition phase, we're going to stick with the current PB because we want to maintain their current level of fitness and introduce them to the new training load. So we're going to work here at 70, 75%. So this is when we start to do 2 sets of 4 or 1 set of 6 200s, where they might just do a walk recovery. We may introduce them to a jog recovery every second rep. We might split it into 2 sets of 4 to start to build the volume, things like that. And we'd be looking that they'd be hitting these target times quite easily. Again, I'd play with the amount of reps until they get used to it. I'd increase the reps first before I'd look to reduce the target time. So that's an idea. We can do it with rep 100s where they're doing sets of 5 and 6 100s, even up to 8 of them. We can use 150s, 200s, and again, similar to the 400s, we could do some over distance stuff. So that's just a bit of an intro to what the senior squad's going to be doing. And predominantly, we're going to be working on their 200 meter and 400 meter base fitness with a view that if we build their fitness for 400 meters, their recovery is going to be really good through the winter. And then we would look later on as we get into specific preparation later in this, as we approach the competition season. That's when we start to work in these intensities, 85, 90, 95. Pure speed work or up around the 95, 98. So that all changes the length of recoveries. But typically through the general prep and the transition phase, we'll have short recoveries, lower intensity and higher volume. Thanks for watching.